name is Justin Effres. I'm a personal injury lawyer. I work with my dad, Stephen Effres. When Mr. Alsina came to us, he had been in an accident, and the insurance company for the driver who hit him, Farmers Insurance, was denying liability. They didn't want to fix his car. They didn't want to take care of him. The way the accident happened, Mr. Alsina was going eastbound into an intersection in West Los Angeles. The defendant was going southbound. Mr. Alsina went through the intersection. As he entered, the light was green, but it turned yellow. And as he was in the intersection on a yellow light, the defendant ran a red light, crashed into the driver's side of Mr. Alsina's car, totaled his car, and injured his lower back. Before I contacted DK Global, I had reached out to witnesses that were named by the defense that seemed to support the defenses, and I discovered that they really didn't see anything significant. Fortunately, there was a truly independent witness there. He was on the opposite side of the road from the defendant. He saw very clearly that Mr. Alsina did not do anything wrong, that the defendant, in this case, ran a red light and crashed into Mr. Alsina. When I contacted DK Global, I asked DK Global to prepare an animation with our accident reconstruction expert to show what really happened, to show what the independent witness described, and to show what also came to light from the event data recorder from the defendant's vehicle. So the accident reconstruction that DK Global put together created a beautiful animation showing the truth of what happened. I also contacted DK Global because it would be really important for the jurors to see how significant Mr. Alsina's injury really was. Mr. Alsina had back surgery, but he didn't have surgery until 2 years after the collision. The defense was claiming that Mr. Alsina was not injured in the collision and that there was no causation between the collision and ultimately Mr. Alsina's surgery. The defense hired their own medical examiner who examined Mr. Alsina before he had surgery and who concluded that he was not a surgical candidate. So I felt it was very important that DK Global put together an animation showing the injury in the collision and showing what was actually done in surgery, why it was necessary for this injury. DK Global worked with the surgeon in this case to bring the operative report to life. That was really important. It showed how invasive and really significant this surgery was. That would allow us to explain at the trial why Mr. Alsina not only needed this surgery, but why Mr. Alsina will need a lot of medical care in the future. This case was ready to go to trial. I had already taken all the depositions. I had my experts lined up. Their expert files were prepared. All the animations were complete. I sent a settlement demand letter to the defense. I gave them an opportunity to pay $1.5 million to settle this case, even though the policy limit was only $500,000. The jurors were going to watch these animations. They were going to see this case at trial, and they were going to understand the truth. Initially, Farmers Insurance offered Mr. Alsina $7,000 to settle his case. Ultimately, they paid $1.5 million. I'm very proud of that. Working with DK Global was a seamless experience. I love working with DK Global. They get it done, and we get results when we work with them.